With the addition of New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, we have had 6 Nintendo Published Wii U games ported to Switch at a $60 price tag. Let's take a look at the main problems with these ports. Hello everyone, my name is Adam and welcome to TimeLag Gaming. Let's get this out of the way first. Wii U ports are not a bad thing. They are not preventing other games from coming out. They are merely fillers. Also, the Wii U only sold 13 million units and the Switch has already sold well over 23 million. So there could be 10 million Switch owners that never owned a Wii U and thus never played those games. And while Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is technically a port, we will not consider it one in this video, as it was released the same day as the Wii U version. We also will not be including Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, as we are only talking about $60 Switch ports. These Nintendo published Wii U ports on Switch include Mario Kart 8, Bayonetta 2, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, Hyrule Warriors, Pokken Tournament, and New Super Mario Bros. U. The first main problem with these ports is the price, but it's not just the $60 price tag, it's the content behind that $60 price. Mario Kart 8 is valid as a $60 port because it includes $20 of DLC for free. Hyrule Warriors is also valid at $60 because it includes all the DLC and everything from the Wii U game and the 3DS game. Pokken Tournament, however, is debatable. This port included a new fighter and new game modes. I would say this port should have been cheaper than $60. And then there's Bayonetta 1 and 2, which has no additional content in the $60 pack that launched on the Wii U and came with Bayonetta 1 also. And then there's Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze that includes no additional content besides a new playable character, essentially in easy mode. And most recently, we have New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which does not have any additional content either. 2 years after the New Super Luigi DLC came out on the Wii U, Nintendo started including it free with the base game. So the port that we are getting has no additional content. Yes, it does have Toadette with the Peachette power-up, but that doesn't cut it. I think Pokken Tournament, Bayonetta, Tropical Freeze, and New Super Mario Bros. U are overpriced at $60, and that's over half the $60 Wii U ports. This is, of course, all debatable, but I think we can all agree that at least some of these ports should not be priced at $60, especially Tropical Freeze, as it was a Nintendo Select game for $20 on Wii U, and now it's $60. Even New Super Mario Bros. U with the Luigi DLC was a discounted Nintendo Select game in Europe. So these games in particular definitely feel like they should have been $40 on Switch, not $60. One thing that I just thought of is all these Wii U games are from the previous generation console. And the Switch is the first console in a while to not have backwards compatibility with the previous system's games. The other modern consoles all have backwards compatibility, and so do the Wii U and Wii. But we can't play our Wii U games on Switch. If we want to do that, we have to pay Nintendo all over again for games we already bought. Besides the overpricing, the other problem with $60 ports goes a little deeper. These $60 Wii U ports devalue and disgrace brand new $60 games like Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, and Smash Ultimate. These full price games that launched originally on Switch were in development for years. In the case of Breath of the Wild, thousands of people worked on this one game for over 5 years, and they only charged $60 for it. But then, Nintendo goes around and spits out $60 Switch ports like they are just as worthy of the price tag as full mainline Zelda and Mario games. These Wii U ports take a few weeks to a month to port over. It's easy work and easy money. But games like Mario Odyssey and Smash Ultimate took way more time and effort to develop. Sure, the Wii U games didn't have as big of an audience to sell to, but they've already made plenty of profit off these games. And if they did sell Tropical Freeze and New Super Mario Bros. U for $40 on Switch, they would probably sell twice as many units, which would make up for charging less. Pricing ports with no additional content the same as huge brand new games make them appear equal even though they obviously are not. A month of work for a game that most of us have already played and has been out for over 6 years should not cost us the same as years of development for a brand new, huge game. However, I will say there's one very important reason that I'm glad these ports still cost $60. That is because they help keep Nintendo games having a high resale value. Nintendo games maintain their resale value exponentially longer than Xbox or PlayStation games. 99% of the PS4 and Xbox games are worth next to nothing after a few months of release, let alone a year. GameStop will give you $12 for God of War and $36 for Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. How about an older game? They will give you $3.60 for Horizon Zero Dawn and $36 for Breath of the Wild. Only Nintendo games maintain a high resale value. There are DS games that are still worth $20 to $30 and higher. I honestly think one of the reasons for the $60 price could be to keep Nintendo games having a higher resale value. Games that cost more money and don't go on sale often maintain a higher resale value. If Nintendo didn't maintain a high resale value, then their games would be super cheap after a month or two of being out. This would hurt new game sales. If there were several copies of Tropical Freeze used for $20 on every shelf, nobody would be going out buying new copies for $60. So while it is somewhat annoying that we have gotten many $60 ports on the Switch, it doesn't really bother me because I just have to wait a few weeks to buy these games used for $44. Then, if I ever beat the game or get tired of it, I can still sell the game for $36 to $40. That's the great part about Nintendo ports being $60, is once you're done with the game, you can get back way more money for it. As a side note, when it comes to third parties like Bethesda charging a full $60 for their Switch ports, it makes a little more sense because those ports are way more graphic intensive games, and so they are harder to develop and take longer. And for a game like Skyrim, it has a huge world, and having to port that and then bug test everything in the game, that takes time. But yeah, they probably should be a little bit cheaper too. But then again, my copy of Doom for Switch is still worth $30, and the Xbox version is worth $3. So there you have it. Those are the problems behind $60 Switch ports, and also one benefit. Have you bought any of these $60 Wii U ports on Switch? Did you own a Wii U? Will you be picking up New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe? Let me know your take in the comments down below. Thanks again for watching.